Alrighty. Alright, let's see. Alright, that works. Well, gee. I think we're almost ready for beta. Now we just need World 5. Howdy y'all, Shaquille the Eagle here, back at it again with another devlog of Punchball. In the last devlog we worked on World 3 and hammered out the mechanics of the new world and the new time balls. That world took a lot of testing and adjusting to get a good balance, but I eventually made it. In this devlog, it's all about World 4. We made another specialty ball and a few mechanics that vastly differ from the last world. So without further ado, let's get going. Okay guys, before we actually start, I do want to let you know that this week has been super busy for me, so the footage for this devlog is a bit wonky. I'll do the best I can to show you guys what I can with the raw footage that I could record, but more than likely, most of this video will be from complimentary footage I'll record after the fact. Okay, so World 4 was themed to be more of a Western environment, so I used tan and brown as the main colors for this world, but did a couple of things this time I hadn't done before on other worlds. Firstly, I took down the RGB codes for each of the colors so I could type them back into the other game objects and get the same color. On some worlds, some levels look either brighter or darker than other levels, so I wanted it to remain consistent this time. And the final thing was I made the walls thinner. I did this because I knew the Debbie Downers would be much larger than normal. However, I totally underestimated how much UI real estate this gave me.
It's free real estate.
So I am seriously considering making all the worlds with the thin walls for the beta, but I'm not too sure yet. We'll see later. After all that was done, it was time to get everything set up. Now, normally what I would do is get all the levels and the buttons set up so that they'll already be there and ready to go for when I do testing. However, given that this world has a completely different play mechanic to the other worlds, I decided to hammer out level 1 first and then go from there. Okay, so here's a quick briefing on how this world is gonna work. Debbie Downers spawn from the top just like the vanilla balls would. However, when they reach the bottom, they reach something called the Great Deleter, which destroys the Debbie Downer on contact. Along with destroying the ball, it also takes away 1 point. So the goal is to hit the Debbie Downers before they hit the Great Deleter and make the minimum score before the timer hits 0. Setting up the new mechanic just required a couple of new scripts and a new game object, and everything was extremely easy to get going. I went to go playtest everything, and it was working as expected, but it was a little bit boring and too easy. It was just a game of catch, and an easy one at that. Sure, you'd miss some balls here and there, but at the end of the day, it was still boring. So at this point, it was up to making another specialty ball. I actually had this idea for a while, but I wasn't sure if I was actually going to implement it. This ball was the amazing, trailblazing, gun-slinging bully ball. Now this ball would spawn out of 5 spawners lined up very nice and neat at the bottom of the field. And at a given time interval, they will shoot up towards the Debbie Downers, preventing them from hitting the Great Deleter and allowing you to hit the Debbie Downers easier. So I went in, and instead of grabbing a PNG online, I just made a new 2D shape in the scene, and then changed its color and saved it as a prefab. Easy. I tested its spawnability, and there were a couple minor glitches that seemed to solve themselves. The bully balls really did their job well. However, I wondered if there was anything I could do to raise the stakes a little bit.
I had the idea to give a score bonus for if you were to keep all 5 balls on the screen without hitting them, and give you a penalty if you do hit any of them.
I'll give more details on how that worked out later.
What I decided to do was make some code that checked to see if there were 5 bully balls on screen. I also made the covered team start time the exact same as the destroy balls enumerator, so that this would run at the same time that they're destroyed. If there were 5 bully balls on screen, then each ball would call the tiny ball bonus function in the score manager script. That means each ball would give you 2 points. So 2 points times 5 bully balls means that you get a 10-point bonus.
Now, what if you destroyed a bully ball?
Then it would call a subtract score function and subtract however many balls were on the screen from your score. So if he had 4 bully balls on the screen, you would lose 4 points.
After that, I did some fiddling around with the minimum score and time and got it to a point where it could easily advance in each level.
I then copied everything over and started working with the scores and playtesting a bit, and levels 1 through 5 were working just fine.
I then made the scores for levels 6 through 10 and tried testing them, and it's at this point I discovered something really frustrating. Most of the levels, game managers didn't have the game objects attached, and the score manager didn't have the UI text attached. So I had to go in and manually, one by one, change everything. After all of that was done, I did a final play test and everything worked as intended. All in all, this took a whole week, and the footage was very wonky. There is actually an entire missing bit of raw footage because my computer shut down on me while I was recording, so most of the footage for this devlog is recorded after the fact. And with that, Devlog 10 Part 1 is done. Part 2 will be World 5, and after that we will start preparing the game for beta testing. And about that.
Calling all beta testers!
If you want to join this outstanding Punchball beta team, please email me at jakeagleofficial@gmail.com, and I will start the actual beta tests after the World 5 setup and beta preps. However, I'll need members to sign up early, so sign on up if you'd like to be a part of the team and try the game early. Once again, thank all of you guys for all of your support. At this time, I am at 56 subscribers, and I celebrated my first 50 a couple of days ago. If y'all like the content, please leave a like and subscribe and share the video. If you like it, I'm sure others you know would like it as well, and every bit of support is always greatly appreciated. As always, don't forget your coffee. Jake Eagle out.